Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video on Bitcoin, but also on the markets a little bit, just ahead of next week, trying to prepare you as much as possible and as well as possible for what's coming on the rest of today, but also the start of next week. I mean, right now, this is the 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin. What we are seeing is some more de-risking, right? You can see the open interest, which got a bit of a spike yesterday evening, which was quite interesting to see. So then we actually saw some momentum, especially for meme coins. But that has dropped back down again afterwards as well. And right now, what you can see down here, it's very small, but in a sense, this means that more and more positions are being closed ahead of this week opening, all right, which is bound to be very volatile. The volume has dropped down quite a bit again. There's liquidity to both sides of Bitcoin. And in general, I mean, that's also like last week wasn't too volatile. Yeah, last week was very volatile. Excuse me. No, last week we had all of those liquidity spikes, right? So something like that I would expect again. The volume has dropped back down to similar levels. And one of the main things, before we talk a little bit more about Bitcoin and what I expect from Bitcoin, I do want to also kind of warn you for altcoins, all right? What you can see at this point of time is that Bitcoin is dropping down a little bit. I mean, Bitcoin basically is not moving at all, right? I mean, we've basically been at the same level since Friday evening. But what you can see is that the Bitcoin dominance is trying to reclaim a level here. And if the Bitcoin dominance is able to get bullish again here, that means that altcoins will suffer, all right? And then altcoins, when Bitcoin is going to fall down a little bit, let's say to 64,000, altcoins might get actually racked. Right, I said that a little bit weird, but you know what I mean, right? So be careful for that. And if you look at the total altcoin market cap, we're also due to a pullback. I think we got some major bullish breakouts here above this entire level, above 600 billion basically. But that does mean that the altcoin market as a whole can drop down a couple of percentages. And for smaller altcoins, that could be 10%. For the bigger ones, let's say Ethereum, that could be 1 or 2%. So be careful for that a little bit. And just in general, if you look at Bitcoin here, look, I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, at least making higher highs, right? So I do think ultimately, if you look at this 4 hour time frame, but also if you look at the higher time frames, I think we have secured an uptrend. I am not certain if we can actually break above this level right here, between 68 and 72,000, but I do think right now the local high is 66,500. That's lower than the high we made the 29th of July. I think the fundamentals are much better than the 29th of July. All right, so therefore I do think we deserve, or it would be logical to still see higher highs, but on the short term, like I said, the price looks quite heavy. So that's why on the short term, there's two things I think you need to be prepared for. And that's the bullish breakout. If you like, what we're seeing so far is just positions closing into a Sunday, into a new week, right? If we actually see short positions being opened and the price dropping down because of that, then we can squeeze. And then all of a sudden, Monday, Tuesday, we're back up to 67, 68,000, right? So if you see a lot of shorts coming in, and I will keep an eye on that as well, then we can just make higher highs here. For now, I would say it's a little bit more likely with the bullish Bitcoin dominance and with, in general, a little bit of uncertainty about the markets. I would say also with the unrest in the Middle East, I would say it's a little bit more likely to expect us to drop down into our main support here between 65 and 64,000, and then wait for the reaction on that. If we get a strong reaction from that and we actually start gaining momentum again, then that's probably going to be the bottom before making higher highs. There also is a possibility that we'll still drop down lower towards 63,000, where the POC is, to drop down there, and then from there start to gain some momentum and make the higher highs. I think it's unlikely we'll drop down below 63,000 for now, all right? After making those higher highs, then I do think it's a possibility, and then we could even drop down all the way to, and some of you might not like this, but then we can, I'm not sure what I'm doing with these arrows. I'm kind of, not sure. But then we can even drop down to 60 and below 60,000 again. That is in line with the market structure. And then the main question is, but I'll probably still make a full video about that at some point of time else. Then the big question is, well, can we actually break above this entire range? And I'm not certain about that. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that. Short term, I think that's what you need to know. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments, of course. But for now, thank you for watching. Stay safe out there, and bye.